Not gonna lie, today almost got me. I almost didn't post. And I know I've said that a couple times, but like today I really was like, it's fine. One day is not gonna be a big deal. Like that today was the first day that I did not want to push to make a 3-minute video. And then I was like, that's ridiculous. It's literally 3 minutes of your time to do what you said you were gonna do. So here we are. I don't know if I have anything particularly profound to say today. Not that I'm necessarily always saying something profound, but I can go over what today was. Today was a productive day. Actually, it was kind of so productive that it felt like 3 separate days. And I trained this morning, which was great. I trained my client, left, took care of some errands, went to a coffee shop, worked there for like 3.5 hours. I updated my client's profile because I have a back end system that I use. So when you train with me or you are part of like any of my challenges or my groups or anything like that, you get like an onboarding process. You get access to an app. You get 24-hour access to me through a chat. All of your programming gets put in there. I can add custom videos. If you're traveling, you can send me videos about form. If you're doing any, if I'm online coaching you, all of those elements are input. So I've been working on fleshing out the back end, placing things for my incoming clients, getting them onboarded, making sure that I understand the back end, and also updating the information from today's session. So after every session, I like to write an individual message to my clients just to encourage them, affirm some things, call out things that I think did well, and any reminders that were needed. So that could be something as simple as like, hey, you did really great. Don't forget to drink your water today, right? So just something like a personalized touch, building those relationships and just being an open channel. So I did that. I fleshed out some new programming that I'm going to be releasing soon, which I'm really, really excited about, actually. So you guys are kind of getting the sneak peek. So no one's gonna know this if they don't watch this, so which is fine because most days I get like 3 views. So shout out to you guys, to you 3 that are watching. Hi, mom. But I decided that I want to do 2 like fitness programs. One of them is going to be a bear crawl challenge, and then the other one is going to be an animal style workout program. So like the challenge will be like 21 days or 30, and I'll take you guys through, you know, good form. I'll create videos that explain like what a bear crawl is, why it's important, all the benefits, all these things. So I was mapping out a lot of information today. I have like 5 or 6 pages that I typed up today, which I'm really excited about because I love a good bear crawl, and there's so many variations and there's so many benefits, and we will get into it. So it will be a really comprehensive challenge, and then there'll be a separate program that is more flushed out, and that will be a 12-week animal style program. So I'm really excited about that. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely be on the lookout for that. That will be dropping this month. Because I'm always very inspired by movement that I see animals do. And I think that also comes from like growing up watching kung fu movies and martial arts, because there's a lot of influence from animals. So maybe I correlate those 2 things in my own personal fitness style. And I just want people to be able to explore movement differently. I do think that we have gotten into a place currently in the fitness industry where everything is about optimization, right? Like, yeah, you can do this exercise, but it's not optimal. And generally, we're talking about hypertrophy or like muscle growth and like putting on mass, visible muscle. But fitness doesn't have to necessarily be about what's optimal in terms of building muscle or aesthetics. It could be about what makes you feel good. Maybe it works for your lifestyle. Maybe it just interests you and keeps you stimulated and excited, curious about movement. Maybe it has actual real world benefits for you depending on what you do for a living, or if you have kids, or if you have mobility issues. Like, there's so many things that it can impact. So I think that would be really cool, because I want to challenge people who might be in a space where they're still kind of new to the gym to feel comfortable trying things that aren't what you see every day in fitness routines. And listen, nothing wrong with a squat, nothing wrong with a hip thrust, nothing wrong with a Bulgarian, well, there's lots wrong with a Bulgarian, but you know what I'm saying. Like, these are great exercises, and I get it. If you have an aesthetic goal, these are the ways that you're going to get to them specifically. But I really want, and the reason why I've decided to go into the fitness industry instead of just letting it be my own personal hobby, is because I really feel like understanding how movement impacts all of the areas of your life, not just how you look, but all the things that it impacts, and how you can live, how your brain functions, memory when you get older, the things you can do with your kids, the things you can do for your parents, the things you can do for your community, things you can do for yourself. Shoot, my business, I carry things all the time that I'm like, dang, I'm glad I'm strong, because that would have gone really differently if it wasn't. Or I'm glad I have core strength, or I'm glad I have balance. Like, yeah, my knees from 5 years ago would not be able to do half the things that I've done over the last few years. So I think that it should be exciting, and we should also train for movement, not just strength. So this isn't in lieu of, or like in replacement. It's kind of just an additional way to think about movement, and finding interesting ways to build strength in ways that you didn't really realize happen. So that's one of the reasons why I love bear crawls so much. I've been doing them literally for 3 years, almost every single workout. And there's so many reasons why I do them. But more than anything, some days the only reason that I do it is so that I can feel warmed up. And then other days, the reason why I do it is because I want to lock in mentally, because I'm envisioning myself as a panther, and I am on the hunt, and I'm on the prowl, and I'm getting my mindset ready for a good workout. Some days I just want to blank out and not think about what I'm doing and all the things that I have to do when I leave the gym doors. So, whatever it may be. And that's just me specifically for that exercise. But there are so many different types of movement that I think can also feel intimidating if you aren't experienced in fitness. And I think that's something that I've noticed. The people that I see experimenting with these movements that I've seen are generally people who are athletes. But it's not that the movements are so complex or like complicated that it requires you to be 10 years in the gym or a lifelong athlete. I think that it's just intimidating. And then also it's just the messaging behind fitness and the fitness industry right now. And I think that that's always been the case, right? Like, even bodybuilding was is based on like this perfect aesthetic, which doesn't necessarily correlate to like strength or flexibility or functionality or any of this, or even health. I mean, we've seen how there's an epidemic of steroids and epidemic of undereating and overeating and all of these other things that are contrary to health in what is supposed to be a health industry. And so that's why, another reason why I think that this is a really exciting way for me to introduce my brand, because I want people to feel like fitness can be more than just a way to reach the societal idea of beauty and what your body should or shouldn't look like, and empower people to create a vision of themselves outside of what we are told we're supposed to look like, and more on how you feel and how good you feel. If this movement makes you feel good, then you should do that, whether it gives you the biggest butt or not. Or if you really enjoy feeling strong and lifting a heavy weight, you shouldn't stop doing that because you think someone's gonna call you bulky and unladylike, And same thing with guys. Like, you don't have to do 7,000 bicep curls because people say you have to have bigger arms. If that's not what you enjoy, Maybe you want to be a calisthenics guy. Maybe you want to be a ninja. Maybe you want to go into martial arts. Maybe you want to be outside like those guys in the jungle gym, like doing planks in mid-air. Like you can create your own relationship with fitness, and we all should. Like, I think that is a joy that everyone should experience, and I'm grateful that it's something that I have been able to experience over the last 3 years. So I want to be intentional about even the messaging that goes behind the sales. So I'm really excited to challenge both men and women to lock in into this like inner beast, this primal essence that we all have. And I think the bear crawl is just such a great way to introduce that, because it's like a four-legged movement. You can be any four-legged animal you want. And I love that because it's a bear crawl, but I feel like I'm a panther. And I feel like that influences and impacts my movements. I like to feel cat-like and smooth and light on my feet. I like to feel effortless when I'm doing it, right? And depending on where you are and what you're thinking about and what your purpose is, you kind of get your own style after a while. I mean, after 3.5 years, yes, I have my own bear crawl style. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. So I'm not gonna lie, I am tired. There is a part of me that's very excited and I want to just stay up all night and work on these things. But as we've probably discussed, I've had kind of like suspect sleep schedule and patterns recently. I did get some rest last night, like 4.5 hours, 5 hours. So not terrible, but it's been a long day. So like I said, my first session was at 5:30. I got there at 5. So I got up at 4. And actually 3:45. My alarm was set for 3:45 because I had to take a shower and it takes me 20 minutes to get there. So yeah, that's all for today. I'm going to take care of myself and go to bed because I do have another early day tomorrow. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel like myself again when it comes to early mornings. Not last year, but the year prior, 2023, that was like my best year for staying accountable to like getting up at 4 every day. And last year I gave myself, I had to, I really didn't have a choice. My body was telling me I needed more rest last year and my energy levels were really low. And I just needed more sleep, like more often. And I don't know, recently I've been kind of feeling more energized. It wasn't like I was trying to be sleep deprived. It was just that I wasn't tired. Like I would sleep for 5 hours and feel good, 6 hours and feel good, wake up naturally, be energized, and go throughout my day. So, but that wasn't the case last year. So I challenged myself to listen to my body and give it the rest that it needed. And that required some adjustments in my schedule. And, when I went to the gym, what my workouts looked like, because, fitness is a part of a larger puzzle, and it has to adjust according to the things that are going on in our lives. But it's nice to feel like that again, because although I wasn't trying to shame myself, I did wonder as I'm getting older, is this just that I'm getting older and I should expect that this is the way that my energy will feel, or is it something else? External stresses, life, a little bit of that. And my nutrition waxed and waned a lot last year. I really struggled with my sugar at different times, but that also went along with stress. And so I feel like my energy has felt a lot better recently, as far as feeling like my old self. Whether that lasts, I don't know. But if I need more sleep, I'll take it. And if I don't, I won't. I'm gonna get as much rest as I can, because sleep is very important. It really, really is. But it just felt nice to be able to like operate and feel energized for this period of time. I think the training is helping, because I also worked out the hour before. So this morning I didn't, but like Monday, I came in an hour earlier, really like 2 hours earlier, and worked out for like an hour and a half before my client came in, and then trained, and then did my day. Anyway, we've gotten to 15 minutes. I said I didn't have anything to say, and yet here we are. I do hope that you guys had a great day today. It's Tuesday, and I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye.